Let me show you guys what I bought on Temu. Bought a bunch of stuff for this video and for two other videos that are gonna be upcoming. This video, I'm gonna be installing new stuff in Larry. I'm also gonna button some stuff up, like this right here. I have a rear camera for the dash cam. This should fit right on my dash camera. Should be a direct fit. Try my best to not fuck it up like I did with the other one. This, see, this goes here, and this like channel console. I'll explain it later, but it is something that I've really wanted for a while. Now you have this too. I already showed you. I'll explain it later too. We have these. These are like fused wires. That way I can add a fuse to a wire, because I'm also gonna be fixing some wiring from when I installed the fog lights on Larry. And this I haven't seen it yet. So let's open it up. I think I know what it is. And there it is. And it's not supposed to look like that. That's what I get for buying shit off Temu. You gotta be kidding me. There's only one. This is for this video. There's only one. There's supposed to be two. Where is... okay. I want my goddamn money back. I literally just received this order about 10 minutes ago. Literally just received it. Why is there only one? In the item description it said that you will have two pieces, and not only did it come one, it's basically broken, and it is way smaller than it looks like in the photos. I hate it when Temu does this. I mean, the only reason I wanted to make this video is to install these lights on the hood, but I guess we're not gonna be installing any lights in this video. So you have this door just open. I'm gonna get down. But that's not great, but whatever. So here's the junk that I bought. If you can really call it junk, but here's this light. This is the hood light, which I was expecting to be far bigger, and there's supposed to be two of this, not one. And this one is bent, pretty messed up. And it is actually the only reason why I ordered this stuff with it, and why I even wanted to make this video. So we're not installing any lights. I might actually install this. I still don't know if it works, but I might put it somewhere in the interior. This here, I bought it for the center console on Larry, because you know the center console, this what like holds it closed. This is what keeps it closed, and the one I have in Larry is broken and missing, so I'm glad that I took care of this. I have this too, this remote cover for Larry. Why I bought this? Because you see, this is the current remote. This is what it looks like, and let me actually show you why I bought this. This is the current remote. This is actually the factory remote that came with Larry, and as you can see from here, it's broken. So I can't put like this key to it. That's why I had this cover on it, so I can put a key. But this one, I'm just gonna put the electronic piece from this to this, put it on this, and this is actually brand new, and it feels nice, and it's actually a lot better. So it's gonna be good to upgrade that. And there's this camera. This is a rear camera for the dash cam. This should like plug right on my dash cam. It's actually the exact same one that came with my dash cam when I first bought it, but I fucked that one up and I couldn't use it, so now I'm gonna use this one instead. I bought a bunch of these. These also came with some fuses too. What are these? Is, you know, this wire, like you put wire from here, wire connected to the other side, and it is actually like fused, so you can put a fuse in here, so that way this is like if you're connecting something custom, something happens, nothing catches on fire, just the fuse pops. The fuse goes in it like this, and you close it on, just like that, and now you have a fused wire. But in this video, we're gonna tackle this stuff. Tackle the camera, the remote, the center console, and try to find something to do with this light. I'm very disappointed at Temu. Ta-da! I have to say, I really like how this one looks now. I really love it. It looks Nice. It's nice, like, okay, it does work. Let me show you. Does work. Everything on it works. I would love to test this like button. This one that opens the rear window, but I don't feel like going down and closing it. So we got this out of the list. And let's see, does this one work or not? Moment of truth. Does it work? Oh, it does actually. Okay. It is actually a lot brighter than I thought. Maybe I could still use it for the hood, because that's actually way brighter than I thought. I was thinking to put it in the interior, but now looking at it, now I'm thinking, what if, since I only have one now, what if I put it here, like, on the from here, and like run the wire, like inside these holes all the way there, and like connect it with the connector there, and put the switch connected to those switches inside. And also, by the way, if you have watched last week's video, you'll see that I have made the switch panel, and I have these switches here. These do work. These are connected to lights, and these are two connected to lights. These two don't do anything. The only reason I added them is to, like, for the lights on the hood. I'm only gonna use one switch for the hood. The other one I'm gonna like use it for something else in the future, hopefully. I'm probably gonna add more stuff in this, in Larry, in this thing. Okay. One switch is gonna be for the hood lights. Okay, now you see, this is the piece I was talking about earlier. It's for the center console. I don't know how it goes, but I think I'm gonna figure it out. See, my center console has been like this for years. Where, like, even if you still, like, you can open it like this. Like, normally when you have a center console, it does work. You can't really open it. There is something that you have to pull to really open it, which is this. It's like you pull it like this with your finger, like this, to open it. And mine does not have one. It's been broken for years, and that's the reason I wanted to buy this, because I wanted to fix this. And also, whenever I open this like this for the third seat in the middle, this would swing open at the back, and all the stuff here would fall out. Maybe I need to take it apart, which I am. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, like, there is some screws on this. I'm gonna take them out. Let's try this 15. Perfect fit, first time. Oh, tell you what, those screws have not been touched since 2013. I'm the first one to ever, like, rotate them, since they have been put in this thing in 2013, when it came out of the factory. So yeah, first one out. Now keep in mind, I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. I'm just taking shit apart and hoping for the best. I don't know how is this gonna make this come off. Like, it looks like there are 4 screws holding it. Like, doesn't really look like there's anything else holding this. Let's try. Oh, it is actually coming up. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to be nice with this. What? Since when can I take this out? Whatever, I mean, that's not. I'll show you that later. Let the music be. Oh! Well, I did not break anything, but that came off. Oh, look, those papers, that was aggressive. This just came off. And, okay, I understand now. See, when I had this factory piece, it looks like that it broke from here. I'm actually really excited about this. I haven't had this piece in, it has been broken for years, and I mean years. I don't know exactly how many years, but it has been broken for years. Taking this out and putting that second one in. Now this goes in like this. Oh my! Oh no! Oh fuck! It fell down there. I should be more careful because I'm a dumb. Okay, now let me find that screw. Try to find it off camera, because no, that screw is nowhere to be found. I guess we're only gonna have one screw on this, so, which is no big deal really. There's little pins that are gonna hold this in place. Literally need a screw, and check this out. It already works. Look, close it. Can't open it. I have to. Oh my god. I haven't had a working console, center console lock in years. Now I can put this back on it. Look at this. This dust here. It's actually a direct bolt on. That wasn't that hard. Oh fuck. Why do I always have to fuck something up? I actually found it this time, so this one in, this one in, this one in. Finally, last but not least, this one in. Now let's tighten that. Okay, now, moment of truth. Huh. Oh, there it is. It does not open at all. I have to put, oh hell yeah, I have to like pull this up and then pull. Oh my god. Hell yeah. I haven't had this working in years. At the very least, 3 or 4 years, or maybe even 5. Hell yeah. Finally have a working center console lock, and let's hang on. If I, wait a minute. Whenever I would like, hang on, like do this, pull this up for the third seat. There we go. Hang on, let me take this stuff out. Like whenever. Hell yeah, before I would like, this would swing up and then everything would fall off, and now it doesn't. Does not. It stays closed. And there's actually a middle seat now. I can also access the stuff easier. Hell yeah. Hell flipping yeah. This stuff here does get a little messed up because you flip it around, but that's not bueno really. At least it doesn't fall out and I have to look for it. So that's one problem solved. Oh my god. I'm really glad I fixed this. Like, this has been bugging me for years, the fact that it doesn't like stay closed has been bugging me. So it is the next day, and today I would love to focus on installing this camera. And I actually remembered something last night after I finished recording that last night. This camera has this wire, the black wire, and it has this red wire. This red wire is connected to like the reverse lights, and whenever I shift into reverse, the LED lights on the camera will turn on. Like, this is how you should connect it, I think. But I already have 2 working reverse lights, so I'm gonna plug this, connect this wire to these 2 switches. When I added these 2 switches, my plan was to only use one, because I'm only gonna have headlights. But then last night I realized that I have the camera and I've always wanted lights that I can turn on with the switch, so I might as well have this switch for the hood lights and this switch for the camera light. So first things first, I want to run this wire right here from here. I want to run it from here and see how, like, I want to try it and see if I can like do something. Here I can feel that I can already like do it easily, but I'm not sure about here. And this here, I'm kind of afraid to like put something in it or take it out because there's an airbag in here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna disconnect the battery while I do this, but I'm not too sure. So I'm gonna see what I can do. And hopefully I don't deploy the airbag. Because if I do, my dad is gonna kill me. Now, what I'm gonna do is this wire is already plugged into the camera, so I'm gonna undo it from here. And, yep, there's that. That's a lot of wire. Hang on, I think I have an idea. What if this headliner, kind of take it out. What's right here? Okay, nice. Oh shit. I'm gonna disconnect the battery. There is an airbag. Okay. I have disconnected the battery now. Let me just check. Okay, nothing. Let's good then. I don't know if that's an airbag, but it does look like it's an airbag. Okay, now we'll run the wire. There it is. Here she is. Let me show you this, because that is not factory. See this, when I first, when I first put that camera wiring in, this is how I did it to connect the camera. It's just a bunch of wires to a bunch of connectors. I did this to like extend the camera wire last time, but as I told you already, I fried the camera and I shorted out. So this wire, I'm probably gonna take it out while I'm at it. I'm gonna take it entirely out and run a wire from. There's already a wire ran from the front to about there. I'm gonna cut it from this and rerun it again, because that's gonna be the wire for the light that's gonna be connected to the switch on my switch panel. So let's fast forward that. Because wiring, I doubt anybody if you enjoy wiring. I mean, I personally enjoy wiring. If you don't enjoy wiring, I'm gonna fast forward this video. This goes out of the way, now I can actually walk on this. I'm in a big hurry right now. It's 8 p.m., 8:15 to be exact. I have to put the headliner back together before at least 10 p.m. because tomorrow I have to drive this thing to school. And I don't want those airbags to deploy. So at least want to put the headliner back together. Those other stuff here, they don't really have anything to do with the airbags. So yeah, at least want to put the headliner back together. It is the next day, and yes, I drove it to school like that. One of my friends saw it and I was like, what the fuck did you do? So I run the wire for the LED power for the rear camera. Ran it right here and it does work. I have tested it. The light does work and the camera does work. And now I'm gonna put this piece of interior to get back in, and that like put the entirety of the interior here back together, except for the trunk lid, or the rear access door. And then I'm gonna put it back together once I'm done running the camera. I'm probably gonna have to stop it. Like, I'm gonna do like put the interior back together, and then I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna look for a video about how can I run a camera from here. How can I take that piece out? Now when I ran the wire, I did it off camera because my phone was at 2%, and if it's like this phone, if it's at 2%, it doesn't record anything, it doesn't allow you. So I charged it. It's now at 57%. It does have ultra fast charging. It always took 15 minutes. So I'm gonna do the rest of the interior and a time lapse. Pause on the camera install. I'm gonna steal some stuff from this project car that I canceled a few years ago, and like some connectors, like for like not connectors, like more like those little metal things. I don't know what they're called. That go into the switch. I'm gonna have to steal 3 from this car, just like so I can make those switches work in the interior. Let me actually show you this car because I never really filmed it on. I've never filmed it on this channel. Look at it. It is a children ride-on car. This is more like my project. Like a year ago, I put these big off-road wheels and tires on it, and I was successful. I managed to put them on, but I didn't manage to make it drive. I kind of wanted to make it drive with a remote, and I even did wiring. I did lights, did a lot of stuff except for the motors. The motors that I was gonna install didn't really have any of them, and if I was going to buy them, it would cost me a whole lot of money. It would, like, if I want to complete this build, it would cost me at least $500 worth of parts. So I decided to just abandon this car here, just put it up here and abandon it until I have money. And now thinking about this car, looking at it, I kind of plan to bring it back, but not now. Maybe later, maybe a couple years later, when I actually have money, when I have more than 1,000 subscribers, so I can actually make some money out of this channel. So if you really want to see this car in the future, like a couple years later, subscribe so you can see it, so I can afford to build it, because I don't have, like, I can't afford shit for this car. Okay, I built it using parts I had laying around. Did not spend a single penny on it. Did spend some money, like, on switches and stuff, but I didn't really. That's the only thing I spent money on. So now I'm gonna steal these connectors. I don't know what they're called, but I'm gonna show you once I steal them. I didn't bring my phone holder with me, so you're gonna have to watch from there. I like to show you this car in depth, but it's better like you show it to you. But it's really high up, and I'm just gonna steal some of these connectors. These here. So there's one. Here's what I'm talking about. This little thingy. I have no idea what is it called, to be honest. But I do know, like, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it does. So this is what I mean. There's one. I need 2 more. Oh baby, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Like, I built this car to be like the ultimate like off-road machine. My original plan with it was so I can sit in it and drive it. But I am too old and I am too big to fit in it. I am 16 years old and I am way too big to fit in this car. So then like when I already canceled it, then I was thinking to like make it into an RC car, make it like so I can control it with a remote, like more like it's gonna be more like the world's biggest RC car, bigger than that Raminator or whatever it's called. I'm not really like. I am kind of an RC guy, to be honest. I do have an RC car that I will film in an upcoming video. So this car, it's not really worth saving right now. You're gonna see in the future, hopefully. Now I got those connectors. Okay, it is now day number 3 of this camera install. This is probably gonna be the thing that takes the most time. I don't think all the other stuff are gonna take this much time. 3 days to install a goddamn camera. Today is gonna be hopefully the last day of the camera install. I watched the YouTube video. Last night on how to take this back panel off, so I can get to the backup camera, and I think I know now what to do. Yep, there's a bunch of studs and nuts. And, yep, I'm gonna take those out. So let's get to it. Let me actually make sure this can see me. So basically, let me show you. You see, the guy said, and I can see the studs already and the nuts. The guy said that there are 4 nuts and studs. One right there's even holes in front of them. One right here. See there's that one right here. One right behind this motor. This is what opens the this is what rotates the washer, the rear washer, and this thing opens the window. So it's right behind this one. So I think I'm gonna have to get like a 10 millimeter wrench, and I'm not sure if I have a 10 millimeter wrench, but that's a really tight spot. And there's one right here, I can see it, and one right here. That's 3 that are gonna be easy. But there's still this one. This one's gonna fight me, and I kinda wanna start with it. And when I put it back together, I'm probably not gonna put back the stud because I'm probably gonna have an anger stroke taking it out. So I'm gonna go to the garage and see if I can find a 10 millimeter wrench. And I'm not sure if we have a 10 millimeter wrench. I might just use the pliers. I might just use the vice grip or the pliers, but I'm gonna see. I went to the garage and I could not find a 10 millimeter wrench. All I can find is 9 millimeter, 8, 12, 13, no 10s. So it looks like I'm gonna have to use the socket, or probably the pliers or the vice grip at this point, because I don't feel like taking this motor out, because I didn't watch a YouTube video on it and I don't even feel like it, and I don't feel like taking this motor off because I have a feeling it's gonna be an absolute pain in the ass to put back. But it is now nighttime, and let me see what time it is. 6:33 p.m. The same day, not the next day. Alright, I hope you can see now. I don't know if you can see my face, but it doesn't really matter. But to be honest, I think I'm not gonna put this nut back in. And I put this back together because it is in a very tight spot, and it's gonna be very hard to get out. Putting it back in is gonna be really hard to, and I don't have a 10 millimeter wrench. Let me see if this nut is rotating. I can see the nut rotating now. I can see my nuts rotating. Okay, it's almost out, and this flashlight's battery is about to go flat anyways. This nut is almost off, and I put the nuts for this back on, hitting them with the impact, which is probably way too much, but whatever. Oh! Oh! Mission successful. Respect plus GG. Finally, been fighting it for I don't know how long, but now these other two I can just go on them with the impact like this. There's this one. Heavy. Now that can come off. Now let's see the bit of some clips here. Oh, okay. There's this side, and there's hell yeah! It's finally off. Now let's see what we're dealing with. Okay. It looks dumb as fuck without that. There it is, and here it is from the back. Oh my god, there's a lot of dust. That is... holy shit. That is actual 13 years worth of dust. I'm not gonna try to wash it, but I'm not gonna try to wash it, but there's this button here. This opens the rear window. I wanna see if I can do something with it. It is here, you can see it, but you can't really press it with the finger. There must have been something there that was missing. But this looks like it's of plastic, so I can probably drill a hole, say here or here maybe, and get the wire from here and stick my camera right here, and it should be good. I'm just gonna try to figure out where to get the wires. Looks like it's from here, and there you go. Look, that's clean from there, and from here, 13 years worth of dust. When you fuck up the dust, hole in there? Yes. You are screaming through your screens. This is very, very wrong. I don't give one single fuck. Okay? Fight me. Line me up in the comments. I don't care. Okay? This is a hot rod. I think it's a hot rod. You think whatever you want to think. I don't give a fuck. Perfect. Hell yeah. That's gonna work. It's definitely gonna look out of place, but at least it's gonna work. At least it doesn't look terrible. Doesn't that look like you might think it looks terrible, but to me I think it looks like it definitely looks out of It definitely looks out of place, okay? But it looks pretty well done, even though it's not well done because I drilled a hole here, and I'm afraid I drilled into the panel itself and ruined some paint. But that's no bueno. I'm gonna put that back on and see how it looks. Now put that back on. Okay. Now it looks like a Tahoe again. It doesn't look like a children's toy. And put those nuts back where they were. There's 3. And now I'm not going for 4 because that one was already a pain in the ass to get out. I'm not putting it back on. I'm gonna put it in the center console though, so I can remember it as a memory. And maybe when I buy an actual 10mm wrench, I'm gonna put it back. But now it's not going back. I mean, 3 is already enough, so why bother? It works. It's finally there. I can't believe it. That was an absolute pain in the ass. I can't lie. But there it is, and I can finally put those panels back on. They have been off for days. But before I put them back on, I'm going to connect that wire to the switch panel and make sure that the LEDs on the camera actually work before I put it all back together and then have an anger stroke. I have a feeling this video is going to be way too long because I'm going to be installing a camera. The camera install took forever, and then I still have a hood light left. I still have, what else? A hood light and a camera. I already did the center console, did the remote, and what else did I buy? I think I bought something else for Larry. Oh yeah, and there's the fuse the power wire for the switch panel. Almost forgot about that. I feel like this video is gonna be like 40 minutes long, but it's gonna be a fun video. Last week's video was 22 minutes long because all I did was make this awesome switch panel. So yeah, let's connect that wire. Alright, now close this a good bit. And okay, show you. Oh yeah! That works! Hell yeah! That is one thing done. That is now, 3 things done. I still have the hood lights and fuse the power wire. This switch on, this one, and let me show you closely. There it is. You can see these upper ones are little they have a different beams than the lower ones, but I think my uncle told me that this have these LEDs more like allow you to see in the night, more like they can see through fog, or if someone's behind you and they have their high beams on, Like they allow you to see through their light. I don't know how, but they just allow you to. This is for this is for like the dash camera. It's not the backup camera, but still, if I turn it on while I'm reversing, it's probably gonna give me a better view on this camera too. But my God, does it look nice? Like it looks well done. I have to say, it looks very well done. Like let me turn it off. Like it is definitely doesn't look factory, but it looks well done. Does not look bad. I mean, people are definitely gonna know that I have a dash cam, but at least I have a dash cam now, a real one. I can make better content out of it. I'm excited to see the first recording of it. So now that install is done. There's still now the hood light. Hang on, the hood LED light. It's this right here. I think this one's gonna be enough, to be honest. And put one of these fused wires on the power wire for the switch panel. And also, while I was installing the rear camera, my uncle told me that if you know, I have this. Hang on. I have this wire here that's very out of place for that powers the camera, and he was like, why didn't you, like, when you had this off, why didn't you just run it from here and hide it from here so that it looks nice? And I said, then this, and I was like, why not? So now I'm gonna do it off camera. I'm not really gonna do it because you're probably bored of me disconnecting batteries and taking interiors off. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery just to make sure the airbag doesn't deploy. And after I do that, I'm gonna put this power wire on it while the battery is disconnected. Power fuse. And yeah. Now look, I did not notice this, but a couple minutes ago, like, I went inside to take a break and drink some water, and I looked down here and I saw an injury. And I didn't notice it. I don't know how long it's been there, but it's there. So I covered it with this. I don't know what it's called in English. And I swear I did not notice it until I was drinking water inside. I can definitely tell it was there before I was inside. So it didn't even hurt me until I saw it. So yeah, didn't hurt me until I knew it was there. Yeah, there's that. I'm now modifying this wire for the camera, and then after that I'm gonna get to the fuse install and the hood light install. It is now 10 p.m. I have been fighting this camera wire for 2 hours. Not that I've been fighting the wire, but like, I lost the Type-C adapter for the camera, and I was looking for it for an hour straight. So I just used another adapter from an old adapter for the computer I had that was broken. I cut the Type-C wire off it, and here it is. This is the only bad part of it, but I kind of made the wire a little too short, but that's fine. At least it looks far better. That looks nice. So yep, that works. This camera works. It is now 10 p.m. 10:08, believe it or not. And I'm hungry and I want to go to bed. Okay, it's 10 a.m. It's past my bedtime. PM. So I'm gonna install the hood light and the fuse tomorrow. Those are the last two things. They're just small things. They're not gonna take very long. I'm gonna install them tomorrow, and this video will be done. I feel like it's gonna be a little too long at this point. It is the next day. I'm at school right now. I have to go, but I just discovered something in this rear camera. Look, if I turn on the light, look at that. I had no idea. I just looked at it, and so you are in fact supposed to connect it to the reverse lights. But that's not bad. I can connect it around, and it looks like I'm gonna have to bring it down a little bit to get a better view on this, stop thing. What? There it is. Yeah, I'm gonna do it there right now. Now see, this fuse is gonna be the fuse for the power wire for the switch panel. So I think I'm gonna put a 10 amp fuse in it. These wires also came with a bunch of fuses that we can put whatever amperage you want. I mean, I bought them in a pack of four wires, like four fused wires, and they come with a bunch of fuses. Let me see the fuses. This one is 20 amp. I'm not gonna use that. This one 25 amp now. 30 amp, I'm gonna use that, but hang on. This one is a 10, yep. So 10 amp fuse. Put it right here with the power wire or the switch panel. Bismillah. Okay, that is on there. I mean, see this power wire for the, oh my god, this power wire for the switch panel. It only triggers for the relays. It like both the rear camera light and the hood light are gonna be connected right to the panel without relays, but those are just small lights. They're not really gonna draw any real amperes. So I have a feeling 10 amp is gonna be enough. And for the power wire for the relays, I'm gonna put a 30 amp. All like these relays, they are already fused. Like they have 4 fuses on them. Each relay has its own fuse because they have 4 relays. But it's always safe to fuse the power wire. You know, I'm gonna put a 30 amp. It's probably a little too much. Like it's 30 amp for all 4 of them. Those relays, like there are 4 relays with 4 lights, so each light has 30 amps, 30 amp fuse. But this one, like it's gonna be all 4 lights have a 30 amp fuse instead of not having a fuse at all. So now we have 2 fuses on there. It's way safer now. And I'm gonna tighten this nut a little bit. Hopefully I don't break those. I think that's good enough. I'm not gonna try to tighten it anymore, so I don't break those wires. Now I have fuses on there. Now I'm gonna test it, see if everything works. Now for the last install in today's video. Okay. Now for this wire. Install this one. Put this wire to it. I got another one too if this one's not enough, just in case. So basically I'm gonna run this wire from inside the hood through here and here. And then get it out from probably here or the other one. I don't get it. I'm gonna make it work. And yeah, this camera position is not really great. I'm trying to find a better one. Okay. Now I connected that wire. I did not film it, so because it's not worth it. But I connected to this switch. I have this switch for the fog lights, these 2 for the lights, this one for the hood, and this one for the camera. So yeah, everything now works. This light does work flawlessly now, but I won't really be able to test it until nighttime to see how bright it is. Until then, I'm gonna have to wait until night to show you. Look at all this. Yeah, I have to clean all this up. This is my thrashing for the last 4 days, and right after filming that clip, look what I found. Remember the Type-C wire for the dash cam that I couldn't find? That I spent an hour looking for? It was right here. It was right fucking here. It was in front of me. It was in front of me. Look at that rear camera. Look how bright this lighting is. That's nice. I'm also gonna test the hood light too. That is sweet. Hang on, let me bring it down a little bit. Okay. That is pretty sweet, I can't lie. I love it. Let me do a small little pull right up this hill. Okay. This when I turn on this hood light on the switch. That is pretty weird. Like, it does look pretty weird like that. Let's open that hood, see what's doing. Actually, I still have not seen it yet. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Holy shit. That is way, way brighter than I thought. Working on this thing in the night now is gonna be no problem. God damn. That is far, far better than I thought. I generally did not think it would be this bright because it's one light, but it's actually far better, and I like the spot of it, what I mounted it is actually pretty good. Like, it can light up everything. That's pretty good. Okay. Nice. God dang, that is... Wow. That is really good. I love it. Now, working on this thing in the night is never gonna be a problem, especially when I break down on the side of the road at like 1 a.m. That is the end of this video. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. The camera, the hood light, the fuses, the center console, the remote, everything is worked out so good. Better than I expected, to be honest. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.